former Magistrates Court building in Kidderminster is a fascinating one because it's really the last of the carpet factories surviving in the town. It was probably the last one built at the very end of the 19th century and has survived as the others have disappeared. And now we have an opportunity to reimagine that as a hub for the creative industries in Kidderminster for the 21st century. It's lived as a market hall, it's been a magistrates court, it's done a whole series of things, but now it's trying to find what's the innate core of the building, and that's what we want to celebrate in the new project as we move it forward. The vision for the project is very much about how we can work with the existing building and use that as the discipline which will drive the project, and where that needs help, we put new interventions into it to supplement it and make it do what we need it to. So within the existing building, we've got a fascinating brick structure, which is the original carpet factory's administrative block fronting the street, behind which is an iron framed roof, which is the carpet factory itself. And the whole site is set into the topography, cutting in with a series of retaining walls, plateauing the site and then stepping down. So we end up with a building which is south facing, overlooking the town itself. Our challenge is how we can open that up and celebrate that south-facing side of the building and make it into a proper public-fronted complex, using the public realm outside and bringing it into the building and connecting into the old weaving sheds which are behind us on the other side of this block. The weaving sheds on the north side of the site were where the carpets were originally made. Materials would have been brought through this archway and into the weaving sheds behind me. Carpets were made and then they were brought out and taken up the road to the station and distributed around the world. Those weaving sheds are an incredibly flexible part of the site. There's around about half an acre of them sitting behind us. What we want to do with those is make them into the flexible heart of the building. So they will house performance spaces, they will house workspaces, and it will be the thing that everything keys off. The cafe space will use it, the social areas, the amenity spaces will use it, and it becomes the glue that holds the whole complex together in the future. The public realm on the south side of the building really needs to connect to the weaving sheds inside them. So actually making those connections, we've got a whole series of historic archways which we can reuse to actually establish those connections, and then at the end of the building opening it up so there's a much more visible public connection, so that we join public realm to the heart of the site and make the two actually work much more in tandem rather than being separated as they have been for the last 100 years or so. By doing that, this public realm gets annexed by the functions in the building, so the creative industries based here begin to spill out and actually get that connection with the community they serve. We're very excited to be working on the project here at the former Magistrates Court in Kidderminster, because it really is a classic example of how we can make historic buildings work again for the 21st century in what we call sustainable conservation. And that's not just sustainability in terms of how it works with the environment, which it does do, we're reusing a historic building in a creative way, but it's sustainability in terms of what it does for the economics of the area, what it does for the community that it serves. And it's that holistic view of sustainability which we think projects like this absolutely exemplify, and why they are such interesting things to be involved with, and they create such fascinating ways to actually re-energise a community and reintegrate a historic asset into it with a real positive mission.